What if Eren Yeager were added to Dead by Daylight? The Dead by Daylight developers recently announced that there was going to be an Attack on Titan crossover with the game, so it got me thinking, what would Eren Yeager look like in Dead by Daylight? Now, you could make an argument for him to be a survivor or a killer, but I created an extensive layout for him to be a killer in Dead by Daylight. And by extensive, I mean I've covered all aspects of a killer, so make sure you watch the whole video. Now, a spoiler warning is in effect here for you Attack on Titan fans that haven't gotten far into the show. But without further ado, here's the killer layout for Eren Yeager, the Usurper. Now, because the show covers such a large span of time, Eren Yeager starts as a young lad and becomes much older, and he has a lot of different appearances in the show. You've got young Eren, Eren when he joins the Scouts, Eren when he is wounded and undercover, Eren in civilian clothing, Eren with that beautiful man bun. But of course, the killer is supposed to look pretty menacing, so I was thinking kind of a half-human, half-titan form, especially since his weapon is actually his crystallized titan hand that he has from the show. So whenever Eren hits somebody, the crystallization will shatter, and then he'll have to take a second to, recrystallize his hand. Now for maps, I had 3 specific ideas. 1. The forest outside of the walls where the Titans like to roam. 2. The Tross District where Eren and his companions first faced off against the Titans and honestly got their butts kicked. And 3. The basement of the Reese family? But the area where all those really beautiful crystallized pillars are, and some pivotal moments happen in that area in the show. And of course, every killer needs chase music. Now, there are lots of songs that you can actually pick from the anime series that are very recognizable and are used throughout the show. But the one that I settled on is the instrumental version of Appleseed. So take a quick listen. All right, now we are getting to the good stuff. Eren actually has access to a lot of Titan powers. He's the Attack Titan, he also swallowed the Warhammer, and he gained the power of the Founding Titan. The guy's kind of a Giga Chad when it comes to being a Titan here. So I came up with an ability that features a lot of those different powers. Because being a Titan doesn't necessarily mean just like Hulk smash, you know? Like, there's more to it than that. But of course, I do have to highlight the strength in some way. So the first part of his power, called Founding Titan, is Titan Smash. So after Eren has hooked 3 times, he can actually destroy a generator. Now, this generator isn't gone for good. After 80 seconds, the generator will respawn with 25% of its original progress. Next is Titan Scream. The just barbaric, awesome, and unearthly yell that Eren lets out whenever he transforms. This yell often leaves people in the show pretty, scattered, if you will, just quite terrified for their lives. So I figured it should have the same effect on the other survivors in the game. Whenever Eren uses this scream, it targets everyone in a 20-meter radius. They gain the status effects hindered and incapacitated, but in addition, they are incapable of dropping pallets and vaulting for 20 seconds. Now, I didn't have room to include this, but you start with 1 charge, and after you use it, you have to land a basic attack to be able to use it again. Next is a power that is used quite often throughout the show and is featured in Eren's weapon, Crystallize, the move that takes Annie out of the entire show until the end of Season 4. Now, I thought this power should be used the exact same way it is in the show in the game. Eren often uses his crystallizing power to block entrances or exits to stop the onslaught of Titans. And so it is in the game. At the very end, when you have opened the gates, if he gets between you and the exit, he can actually leave a crystallized form of himself to block that exit for good. What? Meaning that the survivors have to go and find the other gate and escape from that one instead. Since it would be really OP if Eren could block both. He can only block one. And now finally, the coup de grace. The rumbling is the most powerful thing that the Founding Titan has in its possession, so it has to be featured here. Now, the rumbling can only activate after you've used the first power, Titan Smash, a sufficient number of times. If you are able to destroy 3 generators using Titan Smash, in comes the rumbling, killing all remaining survivors. Now, I know this sounds like ridiculously broken, and maybe it is, but you do have to hook a minimum of 9 times and then destroy the 3 generators, so it may not happen all the time. But I had to feature it in some way. So there is his power, Founding Titan, which perfectly encapsulates this quote, "I'll just keep moving forward until I've killed my enemies." Perk number 1 is called Future Sight. Toward the end of Season 3, Eren realizes that he can see the future and past memories of inheritors of the Attack Titan. This gives Eren a lot of foresight and the ability to make decisions based off of information that no one else has. So I wanted this perk to focus on the information of generator progress after you have hooked somebody. So after you've hooked somebody for a couple of seconds, you will see the progress of all generators in a 50-meter radius. And the one with the most progress will be glowing white, and you gain a haste bonus if you are moving toward that generator. This could be a pretty good perk for anybody, but it plays really well into Eren's Titan Smash ability, in which he can find the gen with the most progress and destroy it. The second perk is Tenacity. Eren is probably one of the most driven protagonists in any anime ever. Even if you may disagree with what he's going for, he will not be stopped. So I wanted to translate that tenacity in the show into a killer perk in Dead by Daylight. Now, Bloodlust is something that every killer has, but with the tenacity perk, each tier takes half the amount of time to activate, and the haste bonus is doubled. Breaking pallets no longer removes the Bloodlust status, and it will remain for a certain amount of time even if the chase stops or after you have put a survivor into the dying state. Using this perk means you're not likely to give up on chasing somebody. You're going to keep hunting them until you get them down. And now for the third perk, Vendetta. Ever since the beginning of the show, Eren is just angry. He has a lot of hatred pent up, and at the beginning of the show, it is directed towards the Titans.
Daddy, chill.
Eren just always has a bone to pick with somebody. So to translate that into the game, this perk relies heavily on the obsession status. If you are in a chase with your obsession for a certain amount of time, your basic attack will actually put them in the dying state straight away. However, if you miss the basic attack, or if you're stunned by a pallet, the timer will reset. This perk, much like Tenacity, just highlights Eren's just focus.
Focusing.
Here are a couple of add-ons to strengthen his power to make him even more unstoppable. The ultra-rare basement key, in which you only have to destroy 2 generators to activate the rumbling instead of 3. The very rare Mikasa's scarf, in which Eren can now use crystallize on both exits.
Both is good.
The very rare broken ODM, which a generator after it's been destroyed by Titan Smash will regenerate with 0% progress. The rare Pinch of Salt, which increases the Titan Scream range by 20%. The rare Severed Hand, which increases Titan Smash speed by 25%. The uncommon Missing Arm. Titan Scream now injures survivors instead of status effects if he manages to stack it twice. The uncommon Book on the Outside World. Eren no longer slows down during Titan Scream. The common Spinal Fluid. Generators now respawn with 15% progress restored instead of 25%. And finally, the common Scout Uniform. Titan Scream status effects now last for 40 seconds. One of the coolest scenes in Attack on Titan is when Eren manages to get the Warhammer Titan, kill it, and then drink its blood. So we have to feature that here. After you've activated this MORI, Eren will bite off the head of the survivor and then drink the blood that just comes gushing out. Pretty violent and gruesome, I know, but Attack on Titan is a violent and gruesome show. And there you have it. That is the killer layout that I came up with for Eren Yeager. What do you think of it? Leave a comment down below, and also leave me a comment of what other ideas you would like to see. Now, I know I didn't do a cosplay for this video, so let me know if you would like to see that again, but other than that, class is adjourned.